Say you were a molecule, which kind of molecule would you be?
Probably insulin, because it helps so many people worldwide.
Diana, these days more and more promising cancer drugs are entering the pharmaceutical market, especially in the field of biologics, which is great news in general, but with that also comes complexity, as these drugs are highly sensitive and difficult to handle. So what does that mean for their packaging?
Yeah, many of these sensitive biologics have special requirements, and this is even more the case for ADCs, antibody-drug conjugates. And these therapies, they could really revolutionize the way we treat cancer. But they are fragile, so the molecules are fragile because you have a big antibody and a toxin linked to it. And usually they need lyophilization, so freeze-drying to be stable, to have a certain shelf life.
So you could say that those sensitive drugs like ADCs, they need special vials.
In many cases they do. So for example, we have coatings that prevent the interaction between the glass and the drug, or that provide a certain functionality as hydrophobicity. And this is especially relevant for lyophilization to achieve a clean and stable result and to avoid certain effects. And this is where our coating technology comes into play.
So at SCHOTT Pharma, you do offer this kind of solution for these drugs?
Yes, we do. For example, we have EVERIC Lyo, and with our coating technology, PICVD, we are able to achieve a covalent bond, and that's really the strongest bond you can have on molecular basis. And to achieve a stable and safe product in the end. And I also brought these samples with me to show this effect of an uncoated and a coated vial, and you can see really the sweating behavior here, so the water residues on the inner surface.
Exactly, and on the left-hand side it looks like a lotus effect.
Exactly.
Cool, yeah, impressive. So now that we talked about the special features of ADCs, is there anything else that needs to be considered when it comes to challenges for their packaging?
Yes, there is light sensitivity, and I mean in general every protein is light sensitive, but ADCs are even more. And there our Phyolux amber glass comes into play, and you can see here it's a brown glass that simply lets less light through. And you might know this from nasal sprays or from antibiotics, for example.
Yeah, similar. Okay, I see. So to sum it up, one could say that these highly sensitive drugs, they need also special packaging.
Yes, and with our solution, we are able to give them exactly the protection they need.
I've got a couple more questions for you. Sun or shadow?
Sun.
Okay, that was prompt. What's your favorite SCHOTT Pharma site?
Mülheim.
Okay.
Because they have all the specialty vials, so that's my home turf.
In southern Germany, right?
Exactly.
Okay. What's your favorite activity after a busy day?
Eat.
Okay. What do you think is the biggest trend right now in pharma?
I think still biologics and the diversification of these biologics.
Say you were a molecule, which kind of molecule would you be?
Probably insulin, because it helps so many people worldwide, and it's not too huge or not too fancy and not just too small.
Okay, perfect. Okay, best of both worlds, so to say. Okay, great. Thank you, Diana, so much for these insights, and see you next time.
Thanks, Elisa. Bye.